There now follows a party election broadcast by the Labour Party.
No.
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 When it comes to education, this is the government that likes to say no.
No, you can't come in here. You're not good enough. No, you can't come to this school. Your parents can't afford it.
No, we're not exaggerating. This is what Mrs. Thatcher plans for your children's future. Privileged schools, selective schools, education you have to pay for. But it doesn't come as a surprise, because the Tories have been shutting doors on our children's future for 8 years.
No, there are no nursery schools for you. No, you two. It's not your turn for the book. No. Class cancelled. There's no teacher for physics this term.
Teachers and parents know from bitter experience how little Mrs. Thatcher cares about their children's education.
Parents' fundraising events are having to raise money for essentials quite often, rather than the extras, which is, what it should be all about.
The Tories are spending 20% less on children's books than when Mrs. Thatcher came to power.
You've got people in mobile huts, which are meant to be temporary but stay for a long time. You've got classrooms with bad decoration, insufficient equipment.
1 in 5 schools is overcrowded. But then that's a problem that doesn't affect the Conservative Education Secretary and his colleagues. They send their children to private schools.
I think it's strange that he can see the benefit of small classes in the private sector, and yet he isn't prepared to acknowledge that in the state sector.
Our schools are short of 1,000 physics teachers. Maths and other sciences also face crippling shortages.
One of my children is being taught by a teacher who has no qualification in the subject. And my son is now coming up for examinations in 1 year's time, and I am very concerned that he's not getting the standard of education which I really should expect from my child.
And Mrs. Thatcher's response to the crisis in the schools? Not a penny more for the books and equipment your children need. No, she says to parents, you'll have to pay.
No, I don't think the government cares at all about the comprehensive system. In fact, they'd like to destroy it because they don't believe in free education for everybody, even an equal education for everybody.
Mrs. Thatcher has no commitment to the future of the 93% of our children in state schools in Britain. Labour believes in them. We will open the door to a high-quality education for all our children, whether their parents can afford to pay or not. We will provide nursery education for all our 3- and 4-year-olds so that they get the best start in life. Labour will create real opportunity by providing the books, the equipment and the teachers that schools need. Labour will open the door to excellence. It will make classes smaller, boost English, maths and science teaching, and introduce new educational grants for 16-year-olds. Neil Kinnock knows about state education. His wife is a teacher. His children go to state schools. Neil Kinnock and the Labour Party want to make sure that being on the threshold of life means just that. Not a dead end, but a beginning.
Today's Tories want to reintroduce the past, whilst we are determined to help people to equip themselves for the realities of the future. The basic choice in this election, past or future.